Hey guys, John from Black Lotus You're here with another deck profile. Today we have an updated version of Burning Abyss. This one's going to be a lot better than the last version. By far, the last version was very rough, and this is more of the final draft version of the deck. So let's get right into it. First, we'll start off with the main deck. We play the mandatory 1 tour guide. 3 Fiendish Rhino Warriors, or Fiendish Rush Rhino if you're in the OCG. This card is just so good. I mean, makes your mills better, makes it easier to send if you want to deck thin off Foolish Burial. It's just overall a good card. Makes you play 1 Max C. This should be at 3. I just don't have 3. You could take out, I'll tell you cards later in the deck profile to take out if you want to cut it down. Now for the BA model branches, we have the standard 1 Graph, 2 Sirs. These are the best 2. If this gets put to 1, it's gonna hurt the deck a lot. But this at 1 is already okay. I mean, the deck can run without it. So yeah, these are the best 3. And then we have the 3-ofs. We have 3 Skarm. This is also an amazing card. Searches the Fiendish Rhino Warrior, the tour guide if you need it, or any other cards for the situation. Just pretty good card in general. Next we have Triple Farfa. I've seen people running 2 of this card. I had him at 2, but the 3rd one just adds so much more easy Dante plays. Also, like, the 3rd one, when you're sending it off Beatrice, is just so much more valuable. So that's why I run 3. Next for the 1-ofs, we have Livic, help you out when you get locked with something, like a Flying Sea or something. Rubik for the Virgil. I only play 1 because I don't have enough space in the extra deck for 2 Virgils, and this is okay for 1. 1 Alec for the Beatrice. Sending off Beatrice. I mean, this card's okay. It targets, so it isn't good against like Cosmos or anything, but it can help against some cards that are problem cards for you. 1 Calkev for sending off Beatrice, pops a back row back to the hand, or spins a back row back to the hand. It's pretty decent. I mean, he's okay. He's just another name mostly. 1 Barbar because you need to play 1 because sending him for the game sometimes you need just that last little bit of damage when you triple Dante attack or something. But for the most part, he's also a really big body too. You can special summon him off like Graph or something when you need just a little bit more damage on board to get over something. And I don't know, he's bigger than Farm Girl, so he's pretty good. That's it for the monsters. We play 19 monsters. Next up for the spells, we play Triple Twin Twister. I had this at 1. I wanted it at 2. Had it at 2, and I just felt like it wasn't enough. 2 is okay, but you're gonna want the 3rd one against like Monarchs or any kind of back row heavy deck. I don't know, like Tellers or something. But you could side this out against like Cosmos or other stuff that isn't too good for your side deck cards. I like it at 3 though because it's another discard outlet. Next we have 2 Mass Change 2s. Since we passed the monsters, you guys can probably tell I don't run the Speederoids. They're just a little expensive right now. I don't have them. But the Mass Change 2 for Dark Law is actually really relevant. If you can get Dark Law off turn 1 and you're playing against the Mirror or Monarchs or something, it really shuts them down because they can't resolve their Pantheism and your opponent really just can't play in certain decks. So Mass Change 2 is pretty good. I've seen people run this in PK Fire, but in Pure, it's just as good. Next, we play 2 Dark Holes. I mean, it's just pretty standard. 2 Dark Holes help you remove. Sometimes we got 1 Regeki, just 2 Dark Hole, 1 Regeki, pretty standard. 1 Foolish Burial. This card is pretty okay. Usually I mill it or there's something else. I don't really come into this card very much, but when I do, it helps me make the Dante or something else. Next, for the traps, we play 2 Grand Horn of Heavens and 2 normal Horn of Heavens. The Horn of Heaven's really good, and since Pendulum cards really aren't a problem, like Pendulum decks really aren't a problem, this is a good card to side out most of the time. You could put your max season for this. That's probably what I would do. When Pepe was a problem, this was so good. This card, I got so much value out of this card, but it's just not as good because most special summons start a chain now, and this cannot start or stop special summons that start a chain. Next, we have 1 Vanities. It's just so good. If you could flip the Vanities up on your opponent's turn and they can't get over it, you win. Like, you just win the game most of the times. We play 1 Fire Lake. Fire Lake is okay. I side this out against Cosmos, obviously, because it targets. I mean, I have this out at 1 just because, I don't know, it's just not as good as it used to be, but it's still pretty decent. Next we play 3 Traveler in the Burning Abyss. I love this card so much. Simply, it's just 1-me games. It's so good at just bringing back your game state or helping you plus more, getting out more Dantes or just more free, like a wall. So that's why I play it at 3. You could cut this down to 2 if you're trying to run the Speedroids, but I have it at 3 just because I don't have them and it's just a fun card to play. Last traps, 1 Bottomless, Torrential. You could also cut this for the Speedroids if you're playing them. This card's okay, but it's just, you mill it a lot. And then 1 Solemn Warning for the negation. If I had strikes, I'd run them, but I don't. So that's what we have for the main deck. Going on to the extra deck, it's pretty standard. We play triple Dante. Obviously, powerhouse of the deck. Helps get your mills off, helps you keep staying in the game, adding your surge back to hand and floating. So it's pretty good. Next we have triple Beatrice. I've seen people run this card at 2, but when the third one comes up, it really comes up. In the mirror match, whoever makes the Beatrice first usually wins. So you need this at 3. Next up we have 2 F-Zeros. I've seen people run this at 1, you need it at 2. This card is just so good at, again, in the Cosmo matchup, and even in like times when you have cards that you can't get over that are too big. So F-Zero at 2 is pretty good. I'd run my 3 if I had the space. Then we have 1 Nightmare Shark and 1 Acid Golem. These cards are okay. You really need this if you're going for game, and you need this if you like really need to like push over something or go for game. So I don't know. This card's pretty. I don't know. I don't know if I'd run it if I had the Break Sword. I definitely wouldn't run the Acid Golem, but that's just my 2 cents. Play the 1 Virgil because we have Rubik in the deck, and he's just good spinning stuff and getting over. The draw one's pretty nice too. It's come in handy. Next we play 2 Dark Laws for the mass change. Dark Law is so good. I mean, if you just bring them out, you usually can beat your opponent if they can't get over them. So, I mean, this single-handedly won me games. I mean, like, not only is the banishing effect good, but, like, stopping your opponent from adding stuff to their hands is really good as well. Lastly, we play 2 Dante, Pilgrim of the Burning Abyss. The second Dante is pretty good. You can make Beatrice with them. Special Summon are mostly, pretty much, actually solely off Beatrice. I wouldn't run 3. And I'm only running 2 because the second one comes up a lot more than you'd think, and 1 just isn't enough. This card's actually really good. It's like a little Cosmo Forerunner with more draw power. Going to the extra deck, this changes a lot for your locals or regionals or whatever you're going to. Yeah, so the side deck we got 2 Flying Seas. This could go up to 3 if you have them. It's just for the mirror match and PK Fire. Majesty's Fiend and Skill Drain. These could come out if you have triple Mask of Restricts, or Mischief of the Gnomes even in the mirror match is almost better than Flying Sea. 2 Mask of Restricts. I'd have this at 3. I just don't have the third one. Then we have triple Imperial Iron Wall for the Cosmo matchup. You need this. If you bring this out against them and they can't get over it, you win, because usually they can't bring out their big ships too quickly. So yeah, usually this is just a really good card. Up next, we have triple Enemy Controller. This is for the mirror match, or PK Fire. If you steal the Dante, you can just steal the Dante, mill off of it, and then make a Beatrice or something, which is actually really relevant. It's come up. Or you could, it's just a really good card in general. Last card, we have 3 System Down for the Cosmo matchup. You need this because Dark Destroyer and Forerunner are too big for Dante, and it banishes them so they don't get their effects. And overall, it's just a really good card. So that wraps up the deck profile, guys. If you got any questions, just leave it in the comments below. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Thanks.